Last night's game, another example of a captaincy masterclass by MS Dhoni, as we were also explaining in our story a short while ago, how at certain moments he out-thought the opposition. So MS Dhoni, the captain, always stays a step ahead of everyone else, and that was on display yesterday.
Yes, definitely. Because the moment the CSK reached 170, looking at the way the pitch was slowing down, it was clear with the resources at his disposal, he was going to make it look as if it was 190 or even 200. And that's what great captains do, good captains do. They make it look as if the total is a little bit more. And then, of course, you had the support of the fielders as well. The CSK fielding was top class, absolutely outstanding. Some very, very good catches, which is so essential to add that little edge to the bowling. So yes, all in all, a wonderful performance by the CSK.
Okay, on one hand, Zaiba, as you're also telling us, it was MS Dhoni, the master tactician. Of course, the team really helping him out there too. But on the other, would you say Gujarat Titans messed up their batting order? A few mistakes that they made. One that I can think of, Hardik Pandya coming to bat at number 3. The other, Dasun Shanaka being sent at number 4. We know he's a finisher. Was it the right place for him to play? Did they really mess up that batting order and that helped CSK win that game?
Vijay Shankar had done so well at number 3 the other day against the RCB. And so one would have thought that he would continue to bat at number 3, and then Hardik could have come at 4, and then Shanaka a little bit later. But yes, I think these kind of things can happen. And therefore, maybe because the Sri Lankans were bowling, the thinking was that Shanaka, being a Sri Lankan, having played them in the nets, would be able to play them a little bit better, but that didn't work. Sometimes these things work, sometimes these things don't work. But that's the best part about being in the top 2, isn't it? You lose in this game, you still get another chance of getting into the finals.
Okay, fair point, Zaima. Coming back to now MS Dhoni, there was an incident in the game yesterday where he needed Pathirana to bowl the 16th over, the second over that Pathirana needed to bowl, but the Sri Lankan bowler had been out for close to 9 minutes, and the rules then tell you that you have to be fielding for 9 minutes before you bowl your next over. It had only been 5 minutes. MS Dhoni wanted him to bowl that over. It was a crucial over. What did you make of Dhoni's ploy of wasting those 4 minutes by talking to the umpire and ensuring that Pathirana bowls the over that he desired? Because had Pathirana not bowled at that time, he may not have been able to finish his overs, the quota of 4 overs. What do you think? Was that smart strategy, or do you think that was an act that is worthy of being penalized?
Well, I think we have been taught all the time to be able to accept the umpire's decisions, and you can obviously ask for a clarification, and that is what Dhoni was clearly doing, asking for a clarification. My thinking is that rather than looking at what he did, you have to look at what the umpires did, in the sense that the umpires should have actually just, as they would tell maybe anybody else, but maybe because it was MS Dhoni, they indulged him and they started talking with him. But anybody else had come there, they would have gone to their positions and said, one would have gone to square leg, one would have gone to the umpires, and that's what they would have done. And that is what the umpires should have done, really. So I wouldn't point a finger at MS Dhoni. I would rather ask the umpires why they took so much time to explain, or whatever it is, whatever the clarification that was being asked. We don't know exactly what happened out in the middle. Nobody has come out and explained what happened. But the umpires are to a large extent they should have been firm.
Okay, that's an interesting point. As Sunny Gavaskar points out, maybe the umpires then really needed to tell MS Dhoni, that get on with the game, no point arguing and then wasting that time. Or the other thing is, maybe this is something that the IPL Governing Council or BCCI needs to look at. Stop that watch, because if it was 5 minutes, you shouldn't have continued that watch and made it 9 minutes and then allow Pathirana to bowl. So there's a loophole there, of course, but if there is a loophole, a smart captain will always exploit that, and that's exactly what MS Dhoni did last evening.